I have always been a big fan of Nanoleaf. I have always liked them.
Don't know what it's doing. Look, it's doing nothing.
Do something. Utter pile of garbage.
And by liked, what I really mean is I've always thought Nanoleaf were a big pile of sweaty garbage.
Oops! Oops, an error code, oops!
I love it when an app gives you an error that says oops in it. It brings levity to an otherwise infuriating situation. And so I am always on the lookout for an alternative to Nanoleaf. And today's alternative is Nanoleaf on steroids.
I'm gonna make his head explode. Poor Hibbert. Gonna do it.
Thanks to Govee for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their flamboyantly titled H6061. These are the Govee Hexa light panels, and they work with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, If This Then That, and most importantly for me, and all the angry Home Assistant virgins that absolutely hate me, it also works with
Home Assistant! Home Assistant! Home Assistant!
These things are Nanoleaf on steroids, thanks to their ridiculously bright RGBIC LEDs. And today's video is a side-by-side comparison with Nanoleaf shapes for brightness, functionality, and price. The setup process for these light panels will baby step you through attaching these things to your wall as if you're some kind of Muppet. And where other YouTube channels might walk you through the official process, I'm going to show you how ultimately you'll end up doing it because you're just like me.
That's me lost. How's it going? I don't want to read any instructions. It's just not in my nature. What do? You come off, okay? No. Ooh, hello. Damn it, how did I get this off before? I don't understand. What? I mean, that doesn't look right, does it? No, does not work. I don't want to read the instructions. What? Oh, hang on. Wow, I'm not a very clever person, that's the trouble.
In the box is a set of instructions, and this week my wife did the unboxing. It seems I have taught her well. There are 10 panels, each with an adhesive backing and a clever tab that allows you to safely remove them from the wall should you ever decide to take them down. And this is a huge benefit because most of these LED light panels these days come with 3M tape. And if you stick 3M tape to your wall, in 3 million years' time, the cockroach uprising will be trying to study the human artifact that once was your wall, and even they will still be trying to peel the 3M tape off. Taken this joke a little bit too far. There's a handy video guide to follow as part of the setup process in the app, and this is probably the best physical install process I've seen of any company so far. Adam, it's a bit awkward, but could you just press the subscribe button for me? It's getting a bit weird. I've been watching for ages, and here we are. Did that work? I'm just assuming there are loads of Adams watching, and I'm just thinking that's going to get me a bunch of subscribers. Next week, I'm going to do Barry's. Next week, Barry's. Nanoleaf shapes, up until today, have been the brightest panels I have owned so far. That is, until I got the Govee panels, and Govee handed Nanoleaf's ass to them. The kids still say handing your ass to you? ass. Whereas the Nanoleafs have an obvious hotspot in each corner, it's completely impossible to tell where the LEDs even are in the Govee panels. And more importantly, they have RGBIC technology that allows each panel to display more than one color at a time. And this is the first reason I described them as Nanoleaf on steroids. No other company in this market has done this yet. And as usual, Govee are the first, and they've absolutely nailed it. Here is some footage of me cooing over it as if it's my newborn son.
Oh, look at that! They are so good! They are so good, look at that! Oh, what? Hello? Oh my god!
Might have made Paul Jr. a bit jealous. Wow! You might have also noticed in that footage that the underside of each panel glows too, which is something my Nanoleaf shapes just don't do, and it makes an absolutely massive difference to the overall look of the design. For a more scientific side-by-side comparison though, I've used my trusty luxmeter to measure the light output of both the Nanoleaf panels and the Govee panels. And the Nanoleaf panels get absolutely destroyed for every single color available. The Govee Hexas are brighter for reds, greens, blues, purples, oranges, and warm and cool whites. These are the brightest panels I have ever tried. Here you go, Nanoleaf. I've been asked by the kids to hand you your ass. Take it. Your ass, take it. Take it. Take your ass. Quick fire round then to round up all of the features that both of these lights have. Both products have a music mode in case you're the type that likes to have a disco in your house. Both have an app to control the functionality of the lights. One is laid out very well.
Look at it. Oh, it's just brilliant. Look, it's fire. It's moving across the panels. You can do anything. You can literally do anything. You could just change this up yourself. Circuit, apply. It's just circling between those colors. Progressive, apply. So they're spinning inside. You're seeing here. You could do anything. You could literally do anything with these panels with a DIY section and then save it for yourself.
And the other app is Nanoleaf.
What is this app? I mean, I get that's the on-off button. That's a nice easy one. And that's brightness. That makes sense. I want to change the colour. So surely I click on the colour panel at the top to change the colours. No? Which panel am I colouring? It's in music mode now. Look, music. I didn't ask for music mode. When did I say in here I wanted a music mode? I was picking what I thought was scenes. Whereas Prism is a music mode, apparently. Reading light is not a music mode. Why aren't these in separate places? I just want like a rainbow effect. Just give me a rainbow effect that goes across the panel. How do I get to that? Trash. It's a trash app made for trash people.
Both products will advertise their scenes to She That Should Not Be Named, which means I can do this.
Show me unicorns.
Okay.
And finally, although both products will remember their previous settings if you disconnect and reconnect the power, one of them takes an absolute joke of an amount of time to boot up. And this is genuinely a deal breaker for me. This is the reason I haven't hung the Nanoleafs on my wall, because in order to save electricity, I have smart plugs all over my house to cut the power to each room when it's not in use. None of the devices in this room have any power when I leave it. That means that when I come back in, the Nanoleaf would take all of that time just to switch the light on. And this is just... why? What's it doing all of that time? Computing Nanoleaf CEO Gimme Chew's bank balance? The Nanoleafs do have HomeKit support, so if you're a big fan of the Emperor, then obviously this is going to be a factor for you. I would also point out that the Govee panels, although they are cheaper per panel than the Nanoleaf equivalent, they're also quite a bit smaller. They are 3 inches smaller than the Nanoleaf equivalent.
Brave joke, like you. What a rip-off. You're gonna slap me, aren't you? Told you.
When you consider the amounts of wall coverage you're going to get, these work out to be almost exactly the same cost. But the Nanoleafs aren't anywhere near as bright. The Nanoleafs don't have a rear-facing LED panel to glow onto the wall, which for me is a massive thing because it looks absolutely gorgeous, and each panel can only do one color, whereas the Govees can do multiple colors per panel, which makes the overall effect of these panels way better than the Nanoleafs. On top of this, the Nanoleafs I've had have been super unreliable.
Don't know what it's doing. Look, it's doing nothing.
Do something. Utter pile of garbage.
Please work. I'm bored. I have things to do.
And it's not just me. If you go and search for Nanoleaf reliability, you'll find loads and loads of customers complaining of flaky connectivity and not being able to actually access the Nanoleaf from their phone because it's unavailable all the time. This is ridiculous. It's one of the most expensive products on the market, and I've just proven in this video that it's nowhere near as good as the Govee panels for a very similar price tag. If you're looking for wall lights, if you want the absolute best of the best and you can afford to part with the money, the Govee panels are the only sensible option. Nanoleaf, ridiculous. It's been a very long time since I opened a product up, plugged it in, and audibly gasped. These lights are a true thing of beauty, and they're the best of the best. Nanoleaf need to sort out their connectivity issues, brighten up their LEDs, give us multiple colors per panel, and give us a backlight on all of their products before I'll bother taking another look at them. There are links in the description to where you can pick these light panels up if you're interested. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up. That would tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video, more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons, and they're from Patreon, and they are the reason this channel exists. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to have bought the Nanoleaf to have done the comparison in the first place. If you want to be one of these incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams and my TikToks too. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. Here you go, Nanoleaf. I've been asked by the kids to hand you your ass. Take it. Your ass. Say, take it. Your ass. You should take your ass.
Man make hexagons go now. Man make.
The more times I do this, the weirder I sound. And this is the first reason that I described them as Nanoleaf steroid. Nanoleaf steroids. Nanoleaf don't make steroids. Do they? Or do they? Shut up.